Tag TV US-Canada brings you news and views from White House and State Department's press briefings. Sarah Sanders, White House Press Secretary. Heather Nauert, the spokesperson for the U.S. Department of State. Nikki Haley, U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations.
I've traveled to Egypt and Jordan, two nations with whom Israel has long enjoyed the fruits of peace. I spoke with America's great friends, President al-Sisi of Egypt and King Abdullah of Jordan. And those two leaders prove every day that trust and confidence can be a reality among the great nations who call these ancient lands home. In my time with those leaders and with your Prime Minister, we discussed the remarkable transformation that is taking place across the Middle East today, and the need to forge a new era of cooperation in our day and age. And the descendants of Isaac and Ishmael are coming together in common cause as never before. As President Trump made clear in Saudi Arabia, we will continue to stand with our allies and stand up to our enemies. We will work with all of our partners to starve, in his words, terrorists of their territory, their funding, and the false allure of their craven ideology. I have a solemn promise to Israel, to all the Middle East, and to the world. The United States of America will never allow Iran to acquire a nuclear weapon. We challenge the people of this region to work ever closer together, to recognize shared opportunities and to confront shared challenges. Let's work together to restore the rich splendor of religious diversity across the Middle East, so that all faiths may once again flourish in the lands where they were born. The security of our nation, the safety of our people depends on the stability of the Middle East. And so American power will continue to be the strong hand in this corner of the world, and you will be that strength. By its actions and by its ideology, ISIS has shown itself to be the enemy of America and of freedom-loving nations across the wider world. And so we resolve to confront this enemy. And under the leadership of this Commander-in-Chief, you've taken the fight to ISIS, on our terms, on their soil. You've fought and flown alongside our coalition partners, striking ISIS again and again. And thanks to your heroic actions, ISIS has been crushed, their so-called caliphate has fallen and crumbled, and you have liberated more than 90% of their territory and freed more than 7.5 million people from their terrorist grip. As you stand post, I want you to know that your Commander-in-Chief and all of the American people are behind you 100%. We will not rest. We will not relent until we hunt down and destroy ISIS at its source, so it can no longer threaten our people, our allies, or our way of life. The United States and Jordan have stood together for decades. It has been a partnership, strategic in scope, important in the region, and important in the world. I'm also here to express our great admiration for your leadership and the courage of the Jordanian military in the fight against terrorism. Together with the American military and the Iraqi military and our coalition partners, we've made dramatic progress in the battle against ISIS, driving ISIS out of Iraq, driving ISIS out of the capital of their so-called caliphate of Raqqa. And you can be assured that we will continue to work closely with you as we drive ISIS out of existence together.
Tag TV US-Canada brings you news and views from White House and State Department's press briefings. Sarah Sanders, White House Press Secretary. Heather Nauert, the spokesperson for the U.S. Department of State. Nikki Haley, U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations.